that they're all going for jobs. So the presentation and my talk will be that how do you get into your job? What is required for you to excel in the job? Let me just tell you one thing, that when you join, you always join as a professionally specialist. Will you like to be there only forever? No. You all want to be going into ladder. You become people's manager. You become expert in particular domain, and you go up in the ladder, go a supervisor, go to a manager, and go to some other higher hierarchies. What is necessary for in the corporate world today you're going to face, and what is really required to be for you to be ready, is that few things which I'll explain you. And as I said, promised you that within 1.5 hours we'll complete the session. Is it too much? All right. So if after 1 hour, if everybody is getting bored, I'll close. If it is nice, then we'll continue. But don't curse me if you're going to be late for lunch. She has already, it is still, light is disturbing. It's quite a bit of light. एक तो बंद कर दो. हाँ, वो बंद कर. वो चलेगा? बंद करने से? चलेगा. Can you see the last row? Okay. So she's already given you the brief. I will rush through this because in Bharat, 4 pillars. Out of 4 pillars, women folk, all the brilliant, the students right in front of me are part of it. Economic growth, there is an ambition, very, very big ambitious plan. Government of India would like to reach almost $35 trillion GDP in 2047. Just look at the jump. Today you are at 3 trillion. So 10 times this is going to go up. Is it going to go up just like that? It is not. It requires lots of efforts. And the lots of efforts have to come from the industry, workforce, and infrastructure. And these are the ingredients for going up. As of last 10 years, maybe don't get into too much of political statements. Last 10 years, what we have seen in India is phenomenal. It's going up at rocket speed. At one point of time, you were I'm talking about the technical innovation. I think we'll go into that slides later. But last 10 years, if you see that the innovations have really caught up with us, and it is not going to be the end of the story. It is still, there's a lot that need to happen, and all of you are going to be part of it. All of you are going to be part of it. Why I am saying this is that this August audience sitting here are part of ECE and CSE. There is no other branch. So I am saying that big part of this crowd is going to be part of the innovation which is going to happen in the future, or near future, I would say. Come back to our core subject, telecom, where we are standing today. If you see this, we are the second largest mobile market. Second largest. The telecom per se is one of the most reputed and most advancing in the world. Today, it has got a manpower of almost all 11.5 million total employment, which is already there. But this is not going to be the end of the, let's say, enough. It is not enough. There's so much of manpower is required in the next few years to come. You all heard about, I will tell you in the next slides, you heard about 5G, Internet of Things. Entire platforms, applications requires a high-speed data, correct? You are all aware of that now, how that telecom migrated from 2G to 4, 3G, 4G, 5G. You all know, right? Okay, what is the element which is different between 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G? Anybody can say? Somebody can throw the mic, can pass the mic. Anybody can say that now what's the difference between the 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, and what is the only one element, which is a speed of, that's right, speed of data. The data, how much speed at which it can actually wirelessly communicate is the what it is the technology. And there were times whenever we were talking about kilobytes. Today we are talking about gigabytes, and that too the wireless. And that is a speed, and that is a kind of a magic. What really happened for an IoT? I'll take only one example, not to late your sessions. There is something in IoT, and as well as today's technology allows remote surgeries. Somebody is sitting in maybe thousands of miles away and is performing a live surgery on a patient. What it really requires? Precision and real time. These are the two factors which it requires. So he is actually operating the machine, sitting away from so many, maybe miles and thousands of miles. So the latency which is required is so minimal required for somebody to be successful in a surgery. These are technical laboratory experiments today, but when you grow up, these are going to be the realities. These are going to be the applications which are going to be in use. As much as we have seen 10 years back, what we have seen as a technical innovation, now it has become as a part of life. This is where the growth has 5G, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G. Today we are in 5G, and tomorrow we are talking about 6G. So the sky is the limit. Imagination and sky is the limit. What you think, the speed which is impossible yesterday, today it is made possible. But what it requires not an invention of a chip. It requires infrastructure. It requires seamless infrastructure where you have communication across the country, across the geographical domain, where the call or data is seamlessly transferred from one cell site to another cell site. Have you gone through the cellular telecommunication part of your syllabus? Is it there in the part of syllabus? Cellular telecom, mobile telecommunication. Okay, how is call is made? Anybody can tell me how a call is made? When you talk, you're talking to your parents. How a call is made? There are thousands of miles away. It all goes through the cellular network. Your call is transferred from one cell to another cell, another cell to another cell, another cell to another cell. So it is geographically lenient, and across the country, across the places where you're having a call, it is transferred from one cell to another cell. That's called it is a cellular network. So if you want to have this kind of speed, you need an infrastructure. For this kind of infrastructure, you require intelligence, human. There are people required to handle this network. If there is a call is made one A to B, there are so much of infrastructure is involved into it, so many people involved into to maintaining that network. So that is where you and me are coming from. Application can be something, but we are there to maintain that network. Today, the current GDP, don't get in too much of into this. We'll talk directly into the technology. It's a 4 trillion and 6% of GDP attributes to the telecom. So that means there's so much of significance of telecommunication network in India. We have just about 4.2 million population. Additional same number is required over a period of next 10 years. And unfortunate part, don't get me wrong, this is available, this data is available if you enter into the internet, and then you will find this. Our employability of engineers is only 47%. Some regions it will vary, some regions it will be, yes, plus or minus, but just imagine 50% of the engineers are unemployable. Isn't it a serious matter? Out of 10 people, engineer graduates, when they come out of the college, 5 will land up in no jobs. And in that 5, I could be there, you could be there, anybody could be there. Let's look at your women power, which we discussed about it. Just to give you a little bit motivation that women are nowhere, lagging behind. Just to give you an example, these are the people who are very successful in the industries. And they have all middle class, by the way. Actually, I'm also come from a middle class family. They're all middle class families. They have ambition. They have some fire in the belly. They have nurtured their talents, nurtured their skills, and they have reached to the echelons, corporate top level positions. You recognize, you go to the internet and then you find so much of information available. Indra Nui, where it's a men domain, but she's a CEO. You have a General Motors, you have a Britannia's, and you have many stories. Just imagine, all are from, they are not daughters of Tatas and Birlas. Let me tell you, they are not daughters and Birlas daughters. I have not selected them, by the way, because it has to be common people like you and me who go to the heights. Chandrayaan 3, Prime Minister Modi had appreciated all these women who were behind this Chandrayaan 3 success. All these are all women, other than, of course, there are men, there are so many men, but these are the women folk who are equally competent and who have excelled. This is a government job, by the way. This is not a private job. They're all from the ISRO. What they raised from the engineer, I think the C or B or something they call it, they went up and up and up and up. And today they are winning. And they are the limelight. Okay? So we have understood that Vikasit Bharat, the significance of women force, and where today's world is focusing on the women folk to raise in the ladder. Let me tell you, I myself was the last assignment as an American Towers infrastructure company. I was under pressure that I have to take women folk as part of my team. I had about 150 people as a gender balance. You heard about it, gender balance? Yes. Right. So, as a gender balance, we have we call it as a mandatory norm that I have to find a gender balance and then I have to give the preference to the women to join. But unfortunate part was that is something which is just for a casually I am referring to. This is a field job. Tower maintenance, I was into the tower maintenance. We build the towers and then maintain them for the operators, like Airtel, Vodafone, Idea and all that. Supposedly, you expect women to climb the trees and climb the towers and then, repair the maintenance and all that. But later on, I have seen an article in the newspaper. Lineman, it is not actually, the title is lineman, but it is a woman. A woman applied to be a line, or you call it as a lineman, but there is no gender there. She is demonstrated, she can climb and repair, and then she can, address those power company requirements on the lines. And she got the job, by the way. So even me, I had a mental block. How will you go up almost 40 meters height? You go and then start repairing the telecom equipment. So that was the change in the attitude of the employers and what not. Not many things happen. Where I'm coming from? I'm coming from a skill sector or telecom skill council, where we work under directly the NSDC, National Skill, that is a National Skill Development Center, where we identify underprivileged society where the people are not employable, train them on a small trainings like fiber splicers or maintenance engineers, and then give them the job opportunities. So the skill, as a skill council, we increase the employability of the people. And why do we really require a skill? Let me come back to that story. Today, after you finish your academic engineering degree, there are many things, many words you will hear in the industry. You have data sciences, artificial intelligence, 5G networks, drones, and IoTs. All these are not future, it is present. Today, Government of India wants to deploy thousands of drones for what? Can anybody guess? Raise your hands. Why the drones are important for government and which sector? Anybody has read through? You don't feel inhibition when you want an icebreaker. Let somebody can be an icebreaker, and then you can talk. You can even give a wrong answer, no problem. No negative marks for wrong answers. Defense for surveillance. Yes, spying. Great man. Inka? Fantastic. You know everything, but you are quiet. Agriculture. You have pesticides which are required to be sprayed. How much time does it really require for 1 hectare of land, to spread? 1/10 of the time a drone can do it. So it is to, when do you become $3 trillion to $35 trillion? Correct? From 10 times in next by 2047, you cannot do it with the same traditional methods of either farming, traditional methods of your workforce, and traditional methods of your innovations. It has to ramp up, no? So drones are going to be deployed in thousands. CDOT has already called for tenders where they are to pre-qualify the pilots and as well as the drone manufacturers, shortlisting them. So when you come out in next 2 years, you will find already government has implemented this as you can call it as a real model to spray and to survey. Another important application for the government of India is to land survey. What do you do for land survey? Normally now, you have those guy going with a tripod. He goes there and there's somebody who's looking into the binoculars and or whatnot. Madam is a civil engineer, she will know all that surveys and all that. No, not required. There is a drone which flies over the area of survey required. Then it downloads the data. Then using the data sciences or data management, you plot the geographical GIS. Right? That's a software available. You process that and plot it and give the complete data of that area. Today, government of Andhra Pradesh has given one statement of work to somebody, a company which I cannot reveal now, that they want all the land has to be scanned, give the fertility of the land to the right Bharosa Kendra. So when somebody goes, I have a land, I go to right Bharosa Kendra, I'll say which crop I should really do it, then he will tell you exactly the story. Your land is got this much of humidity, this much of this content, please go for this farm. You will get the best results. Just look at how the technology is driving the agriculture and how it is improvising the land cultivation. So when you finish your engineering, you would come into the reality of all these words. Artificial intelligence. Your mobile has face recognition, right?
Yes, sir.
One point of time it was in the laboratory. One day it was like, face also can be recognized. But it is so simple now. You have a face recognition. All apps open up moment they see your face. All intelligence. Your intelligence is built into the mobile. Those days are gone. Your finger touch would open. Now it is a face opens up. These all will go into the future technologies which you are going to see. Similarly, 5G networks, I said that the data speeds. 5G will become 6G. I don't know what will happen after that, whether I will be alive or not, but I will be seeing 7G, 8G, I don't even know what's going to happen. And there's one story I'll tell you, artificial intelligence. There is a laboratory testing is being done. When somebody has reading the article, it's a curriculum, right? it's an online training. So somebody is given the artificial intelligence project. How do you make that, out of all the people sitting here, how many will be interested in that particular article, X article, who will be interested to link, or somebody will fall asleep half the way through, or somebody will really very curiously reading back and forth. How will you know? I wouldn't know. Correct? So the application is very simple. You read the article and there's a camera facing you. Camera will read your facial expressions. Are you feeling drowsy? Which line you are reading again and again? Are you reading going back to the first line and again reading through? Or you are just reading, yawning, again you're reading? These expressions are converted into your interest caliber, or how much is interesting that article is. If the second paragraph, majority of the people are feeling drowsy, then it needs to be changed. So the data you need not give to us. The artificial intelligence actually carries the data, give it to us. If this is the auditorium, there are 150 people, 200 people, I can gather the data. But if it is an online, and this course is actually globally it is penetrated, how will you know it? You wouldn't know. All people sitting here are part of Andhra Pradesh. I can know your psyche. How do you know psyche people in Germany or Belgium? One more important thing which I want to mention before I forget, that when you all pick up the jobs, remember, this is a global village. This is not going to be anywhere that you will be talking to somebody next door, somebody, your project manager in Telugu or English. You will be talking to people across the globe. Your project manager, I'm sure all your siblings, your elder siblings will be telling you, my manager sits in Belgium, correct? Software team. One same team sits in Hyderabad, some sits in USA, somebody sits in Africa. So you would say that no, my manager sits in Belgium, my manager is sitting somewhere else. So that means it's becoming a global village. The most important skills is your people management and your team management. So these are all things which will be, these are the things which I am trying to build that requirement in your mind, that knowing the subject, knowing how to program, knowing what is Java, knowing what is C++ is not going to be the end of the story. It is just the beginning of the story. You have to realize that the industry, once you need to be industry ready, all these matters a lot. And that is the reason why we call it as a soft skills. Technical skills. You need to have a technical skills, and there is something called soft skills. A lot of people actually lack here, including myself. When I passed out my engineering college, even I was not knowing how to really do my time management. Have you heard about multitasking? Correct? So your mind is like a computer. How much you train, that much you will take it. You are required to do a multitasking because the projects will keep coming, trouble tickets keep coming. All this will happen in your life. Then you also have to have a leadership skills. So madam, all of you would be one day or the other day at some time, you will have team under you, and you will go up in the ladder, you become people's manager. And how do you have the skills of team? You have a team building exercise. Simple chatting will not really happen, it will not help. You need to apprise them, and you will be responsible for their growth. Correct? As a manager, not boss. See, there are two differences between. Actually, from defense services, we are being told that there are two things: boss and a leader. Can somebody tell me that the difference between a boss and a leader? Anyone? Guess. Anyone? Guess it out. You want to say? Tell me.
Someone who demands something to do, like an order. Whereas a leader, he builds up a team and provides the conditions to work.
Partially correct. Anyone else? Okay. Boss is the one who is actually is at the behind, and he drives the people in the front. And the leader is the one who's in the front. He leads the team the rest of the team is behind to take the direction what he faces. So there are two differences. So when you want to really see that now you want to have grab the attention of your subordinates and grab the productivity of the subordinates, grab the affection of the subordinates, grab the leadership. That means that they have to accept you as a leader. Then you need to have a leadership qualities. All the time bossing around will not help because your team is absolutely geographically displaced. One is here, one is somewhere, another is somewhere. What kind of parameters you will assign for yourself to assist them and to be a good leader? And this is very important, and that is how the first slide I have shown all the ladies who are in the ISRO. You think that no, the one lady will make Chandrayaan to fly? It doesn't matter. It is absolutely no possibility. That lady will not really alone can really do anything. There are hundreds of people behind her, hundreds of people, hundreds of technologies, hundreds of workforce, technicians, non-technicians. But leadership is what matters. That skills. I must tell you that from South Indian perspective, because I am also part of it, we lack that kind of, you call it as a salesmanship. We are little timid. We are little inhibited. How many are part of here that public speaking? Any sessions you have done attended the public speaking? Anyone? Yes, I can understand that you are there. Anyone else who are into the public speaking? Okay, so my suggestion is that if you want to really become a good orator, you need to join clubs where oratory skills are polished. Mere knowing the subject is alone will not help you. You need to sell, you need to speak. A good technologist need not be a good teacher. Need not. Because he cannot communicate himself, then what is the point? So, there are some clubs called Toastmasters. Have you heard anybody Toastmasters? Okay, doesn't matter. The Toastmaster is the one which teaches you how to modulate, how to moderate your speech. Focus, content, timing is very important. And interpersonal communication skills need not be emphasized that how important it is. And again, I am emphasizing that mere technical knowledge will not help you to place you in a higher echelons of the corporate world. It's basically, let me tell you one thing, corporate world is unforgiving. Unforgiving. Either you are pushed up or pushed down. What matters is your skills. Do you realize that the way forward, once you, maybe another next 4-5 years, government jobs will be very minimal, correct? It's all the corporate world. It's a software, or you can call it as a core engineering industries. It's all going to the private industry. And where skill only matters, nothing else. Your talent matters and your salesmanship. This video will not. Yeah. Am I too fast? No, sir. Am I too slow? No, sir. Yeah, I can moderate myself. Either I'm going above sixer. No sixers, no. Boundaries are okay, but not sixers. By the way, I have 2 daughters of your age. Both are one is works for Amazon, and one she's pursuing CA. And when my daughter changed Microsoft after 5 years to Amazon, as a parent I said no, don't do that, because Microsoft is a very caring, very relaxed, enjoyable. But she said no, I want to get into the Amazon, where the work culture is different there, less on the comforts, more on the work. I said, why you want to do that? She said, no, I want to learn. This is the way, of course, not that I am boasting myself, but this is the way the learning, you also will do the same thing, right? Learning it never stops. After 10 years, 15 years also, you will have an urge to learn, and that's what will take you up. Okay, I think, let me just keep that one slide. Doesn't matter. Okay, get back to the business. Check. You people have heard all these jargons, Y2K. There was an opportunity during year 2000. Some of you are not born probably. So there was an opportunity of engineers getting into Y2K skills, and majority of the people who went to US on this certification, they are permanent residents now. Because they got the opportunity. There was a talk, I don't know how many people, go back, instead of wasting too much time, go back, read that Y2K story. What made whole world shiver with the fever. What is Y2K? What is Y2K? And then people have, Indians are smart, right? So we grab the opportunity. And people are permanent residents here. Similarly, every engineer during my time probably, Java, C++, Visual Basic, blah blah blah, people were going to, I live in Hyderabad, so people were flocking to Maitri Vanam, certification. Why do they really require to do that? They already have engineering degree. That is where the demand comes. If you have additional skills at your in your CV, that makes your employability much brighter. You agree that?
Yes, sir.
You heard about this old story. Now it is all totally different skills which will be coming up. I told you, diminishing public sector intake. How many colleges are there in, let's say, Andhra Pradesh and Telugu states? Hundreds, and thousands pass out, correct? Maybe lakhs also. And let's say 47% is your employability. Still, it will be in thousands. How many jobs are there? Just pity, right? Very few jobs are there. So we all land up in sector which is controlled by the private management. For them, the productivity matters. For them, it is your talent matters. Nothing more than that. Competition is very intense, absolutely intense. I told you the unforgiving corporate world. The one who is actually junior to you might know better than you. One day you will find that one fine morning, please become your manager. Then वो भाई बंदी नहीं चलता है ना? Oh, I am so good to you. We used to spend some time in cafeteria. We used to hang around. You are a nice person to me. All this, bullshit. Manager होने के बाद में वो बिल्कुल different हो जाता है ना? Then she will show the colors. उस दिन मेरे को ऐसा बोला. So, on the lighter vein, never expect that your position is retained all along. It is a struggle. You need to be there. Sustainability is what really matters. This is one of the reasons that you always have to learn and learn and learn. I follow many global village. You don't have anything which is only limited to one state. You would have across the globe. And one day you will be flying. You know, I'll tell you a story. During the, just listen to me, it is a very nice story. When I passed out from, actually I left Indian Air Force by that time. Then I started looking for jobs outside. Then I landed up in a company in UK, so I went to UK. Never seen outside my Hyderabad town. So went up, stayed in a hotel. Then I was missing my baby. My daughter was just about 6 months old. So I told that receptionist that I need a call to my family at so and so time in the evening. So that was the only trunk call time. Mobile kahan tha us time pe? I am talking about 93 story. No mobile. So I put a call. Then somebody said, "ठीक है, call मिल जाएगा." Night, 9 o'clock, no call. I was feeling restless. So went down and opened the door of the reception. The guy who may be sleeping inside. There was nobody. Shut the door. And I was trying to walk back. Then the telephone on the reception was ringing continuously. It's not my botheration. So I came to the room and I slept off. Afterwards, about 10 police cars came, all surrounding the hotel. And they were blocking that exit, rear exit, front exit, this exit, that exit. I was watching through the window what's happening. So much of commotion outside. So they came and then blah 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 blah. Then afterwards, I slept off. Next day morning, and the hotel management guy, he removed the whole entire door, knob, and he was trying to do something. I said, "What are you doing?" So he says, "It's not functioning." Why it is not functioning? He says, "Somebody came last night, opened the door, but we didn't find anybody. All hotel is closed." So I said, and then I got the idea. It is connected to the security. When you open the knob, that detects that somebody has opened the door, and it gives a call to the police. And the police called the reception. And the reception, nobody is there, obviously. I didn't pick up the call. So I went through and then I slept off. And they said that, no, this is malfunctioning. Next day morning, breakfast table. Everybody is talking. "Yeah, I heard the noise. Somebody is walking on my floor." I said, if anybody would have noticed me, I was there, somebody would have bashed me up. I was no noise. I didn't know that there is so much available, that technology available. You lock the door, connected to the police. यहाँ तो police चिल्लाने से भी नहीं आता. वहाँ police was so prompt. By the time the door closed, I left my hand. The call was there. And I was amazed. I was absolutely zapped. ये क्या हो रहा है इधर? I told my employer, "ऐसा हो गया. कभी ऐसा मत करना. Tomorrow you'll be behind the bars." So it is a lighter way to put it across how wise you are, how much you don't know what's happening on the other side of the world. The gradient of my knowledge and what's happening in UK, same gradient existing now also. If you go abroad, you will have the same kind of difference between the understanding what is in here and what is available there. So that means one has to be very learning capability and also fire in the belly. You must all the time keep learning the skills. And as I said, global village, you have to really understand what's happening outside. And depth of the technical advancement is a very wide and very depth. इतना बढ़ रहा है. So much happening. And if you want to grab everything, you will go mad. So you need to select what exactly you need and pursue there. What is actually the enterprise actually looking forward from you? Just these are the few things which I have already narrated. You have to be very professional in your domain. जो domain आप select कर रहे हो ना, be professional in that. And ऐसे में नहीं चलेगा. है upskilling. All the time upskilling is required. Never ever stop. Especially you, because you are chosen the domain like that. Automobile engineering जो पढ़ता है, can you think that so much of advancement as much as happens in your domain? No. गाड़ी तो चार पहिए रहना चाहिए, चार पहिए रहेगा और क्या रहेगा, ऑटोमेशन रहेगा या उसके साथ में कुछ और कुछ लग्जरी बनेगा. बट कंप्यूटर्स, योर IT enabled services, IoT, sky's the limit. So when you are looking at that, upskilling is very, very important for you. Always be motivated, dedicated to your work. Honesty is honesty pays, right? Honesty to the work, honesty to your skills, honesty to your job, honesty to your employer is very important. गवर्नमेंट में ऐसा नहीं हो सकता होगा, लेकिन इंडस्ट्री में बिल्कुल चाहिए. ऑलवेज यू नीड टू बी एम्बिशियस. कहीं ये सोचना है कि आ गया बस दिल्ली पहुंच गए, नाउ वी आर हैप्पी, नेवर एवर इट हैपेंस. And soft skills is very important. Again I am telling you that no, because I come from there. Let me tell you one thing. I don't feel ashamed. I studied in government school. I studied in Telugu medium. I studied intermediate Telugu medium. So when I came to engineering college, कुछ नहीं पता चलता. All the words are completely. So the soft skills is very important for you to know that. Don't be inhibitive on your language or your skills. You keep on nurturing that, and don't have that shy. I would rather I will put a. But when you break it, you are all professionals. So we do a lot of trainings on cyber security, 5G, IoTs, and all that, so that these are all going to be additional skills for you. For increasing your employability. There are two candidates in an interview. One with an engineering degree, could it be even IIT, and one with the skills. Call it as ethical hacking skills. And I guarantee and I bet that the guy who has gotten the cyber security skills will have a better opportunity to get a job, because he is industry ready. He's already there. He has acquired that skill with him. Foundation is there, engineering foundation, but skills are additional skills he has acquired. So we do these kind of trainings. At the moment in Andhra Pradesh, AP Skill Development Center, AP State Skill Development Corporation, they have given us to train on 5G, about 500, 800 and 800 students. Funded by the government of Andhra Pradesh, and we are doing the 5G course for them. It's going to be including the laboratory, hands-on experience. These are the roles. What I have just told you, summary of the roles. We do gap analysis, which just to give you an example, gap analysis. You heard about FTTH? Okay. What is quadruple play? Triple play, quadruple play? Anyone? In telecom. Okay. When you carry a fiber to home, it carries all your requirements of communication. Mobile, DTH, security camera, blah 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 blah. So one fiber carry entire data. So that is something called FTTH, fiber to home. So once fiber is there today's world, it is all available with you, all services available. About 10 years back, one cable comes for internet, another cable comes from telephone, another dish antenna on the top, it will come for DTH, or you call it as your antenna receiver for television channels, all in one, FTTH. Now this is going to be the big thing for domestic users. You see that 50 floors buildings, and each community 1,700, 1,800, 2,000, 4,000 people living in, correct? This is a reality now. In that, one fiber cable or one fiber 40 pair cable will go inside and all houses are fired. Fired means basically your data is fired. Only one point. Just imagine the kind of even domestic scenario, how it is getting together. So we found that technicians required for the industry are in thousands. Correct? Fiber cut to हमेशा होता रहता है. Somebody is cutting a digging a road, or somebody is doing some municipal work. Fiber cutting. When fiber is cut, entire community in that 50 floors is gone. So the guy was to go over there and then finish the work and then leave the place so that they are all connected back. So how many houses are there? How much is the big area we have? How much is the number of operators operating? Thousands. So what we do is there is a gap. We don't find people who are required to be joining the companies and doing this kind of work. So we are training them now. We also set up the center of excellence, and this center of excellence will either in terms of fiber technologies or 5G or IoT or drone. It all depends on the college to college. All you people have seen the Hollywood movies? You have seen the Matrix? Matrix. Okay. Look at that Matrix. Some part is fiction, but that may not be fiction in the future. Correct. And you find scientific fiction movies, sci-fi movies of 10 years ago. They're all reality now. So today's sci-fi can be a little comedy, but it need not be. Have you people have seen Minority Report? Minority Report movie. Just go and see the movie. It is actually artificial intelligence. It is basically scanning the whole entire community of people. Who are the potential murderers in that? Potential murderers in the future. So it reads the psyche of people and then it analysis, and then the story goes, it's just a story. Based on that, he will try and then stop the murder. Boundless. Think about these kind of movies and all, it's very boundless. We don't even know where we are going. Terminator? Half the people are all androids. I'm sorry, what is it called? Humanoids, or we call it as something. With the flesh, but all are machines. And there is a robots which are all in Japan, which are all, they can talk and they can have the facial expressions as much as humans do. And many people say that you cannot make out which is a kind of a humanoid and which is a human. Anybody would like to have internship on any specific latest skills, please let me know. My contacts are with the college management. We'll try to help you out. You do the internship, and if at all you need to acquire certain additional skills, please do let us know. And we, at least in my personal capacity, I will try to help you out. Couple of things before I close my session. You ought to really have some good traits, otherwise there are certain good habits which I personally have learned. Maybe if I am able to tell you and then try and see that how you can help yourself. I strongly believe in one point, that you cannot have two characters. You have only one single character. The way you are behaving at college or work, same way you will behave at home as well. You cannot have two split personalities. We are not like those, aparichituru type. We have only one character. So if you are good at sincere at your work, and I strongly believe that now you are good at your family life, and you are good at your work as well. So this is something which I have strongly believe, and I keep telling my team also. You cannot be having two different characters. And whenever you are studying, just a few tips which I want to give you is that make a nice notes. Handwriting is still you have gadgets, these mobiles and smart tabs and all that, whatnot. Please don't. I mean, this is my personal perception. I may be wrong. Somebody can debate that. No, I'm a wrong concept. That electronic gadgets, you are just mere reading will not really help you. Just try. Go to any article written by the IAS toppers. Any article. He would definitely will mention at least one word saying that I used to make my own notes. The way I feel that was right. So he makes a gist of it, he makes it right, it gets into you. It will never leave. Just visual, it will just fade away. And have really good habits or hobbies, some hobbies. Somebody is good at sports, pursue the sports. Work will not give you any pleasure. You also have to have stress busters. Somebody is good at singing, please pursue. Somebody is good at instrumental, pursue that. That is how it is called. Scientifically, it is proven that it is called stress buster. When you are monotonously, you are going through pursuing your own agenda. Sometimes you need a break. So that time you require stress buster. Have a goal for yourself. Yes, madam. You said that somebody people said that no, somebody wants to go to US. Pursue that. Keep that goal always in front of you. That I need to do that. Right? In the back, some people have raised their hands. Learn how many. Do you know which are the top colleges which are offering MS? Have you gone through the list? Somebody said that you want to pursue that MS. But you are not prepared. आप ही से prepare करो. Start looking at that which are the colleges which are offering the best, which are the colleges which are offering the stipend, and where you want to pursue, which college you want to pursue, and which subject you want to pursue. And always काल करे सो आज करे सो अब कर, है ना? सुन लिया ना उसका? अच्छी है ट्राई करो. Don't postpone. If you want to do something, right away. This is the right moment. आज की पल आपका है, कल का कोई पता नहीं चलता. Not philosophical, but कल क्या होगा कोई किसी को मालूम नहीं. But आज की पल आपके हाथ में है, इसी को आप and love your family. They are the ones who are actually struggling to make you engineers. They have some dreams in their mind. Love them, your siblings, your parents, and most important, your faculty, your colleges, who make you engineers, who make you as an individual to an engineers and then bring you into the competitive world. Always be respectful for them and always be thankful for the family. And I wish you good luck in your endeavors. And as a individual, I can be of any help to you. I'm available. Please drop me a mail, drop me a message. If somebody can really take some my learnings, I'm not born with knowledge. I've just acquired it during my 40 years. So ये 40 years का तो कुछ ना कुछ रहेगा ना दिमाग में before it goes away. थोड़ा बहुत अगर in case I can be of some help, I definitely can do that. Do well. And one day I would like to ask Madam, how many of you have successfully completed your career and then you placed in a very high profile jobs, doing well? I would be very proud. So ma'am, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I wish you all the best. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, sir. You have enriched us with a lot of knowledge. I'm sure a lot of my friends in the audience must be having a you must be really interested to interact with sir. So I shall pass the mic to the audience.
Yeah, any questions, please feel free. Yeah, don't hesitate to ask questions. If I have an answer, I'm not a superhuman. If I have an answer, I'll tell you. Otherwise, I'll find out and tell you. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good afternoon.
No problem. नहीं लेक्चर इतना ज़्यादा था कि अपने इवेंट पे पहुंच गए जोकिंग
Thank you for valuable session, sir. A small query in telecommunications.
No.
So, what are the potential career paths for CSE graduates interested in specializing in telecommunications, and how can I best prepare for their role, sir?
Thank you. A very nice question. Okay, please, madam, sit down. If you have a second question, you can come back again. But let me answer you this: that I have spent almost 30 years in telecommunications. Have you heard about anything, any word called Strauger or crossbar? Okay, Strauger, crossbar, these are the electromechanical switches which used to be used in the telecommunication network. I have seen those days. I'm talking about 1985. So when you go to a switch room, which is as big as this room, and it used to be like you can't hear that. All no electromechanical, what do you call, you can call it as a contacts. Keep making. Today, telecom is in a totally different domain. It is went into space. It is all electronic, voice over IP, voice on the call, and it is purely it's become computers. 5G is a purely software-enabled nodes. It is no more switches, no more contacts, no electrical mechanical contact, no physical contacts are there. It is purely software-driven nodes. So to answer that question, you have 2-3 domains you can enter into it. One is, as a telecommunication, first is the media. How do you transfer a call from your mobile to the switching center? That media is called RF plan. RF, that is radio frequency. So you can become an RF planner. RF planners have got a fantastic role to play. That have you gone through that? It's called electromagnetic theories, right? You see, when you talk about transmitting wirelessly, it goes through the radio frequency modem, media. So there are a lot of functional difficulties, cross harmonics. It is all generated. RF planning is a very, very important role for telecom. So you can pursue as become an RF planner or software professional to handle the switches. 5G switches are all software handled. You have all people can do the upgrade of the switches sitting in United States. Just you need to give a link, that's it. They do the complete programming. So you can be a programmer for telecom switches and or RF planner, or you can call it as a maintenance engineer or a maintenance, which is particularly for electronics and communication engineering branch. There are lots of electronics goes in. So you can become a specialist in telecommunication network, maintaining the network electronics. So there are 3 summarize. 1, planning, which is RF planning. 2nd, electronics equipment which is there, which is required to maintain them. 3rd is software. You can become the programmers for software for 5G rollout or 5G networks. So did I answer my question, your question? Yeah. Any other questions? Please go ahead. We have time, enough time. As long as you're feeling hungry.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, madam.
Sir,
You can tell me your name and your engineer. I mean, your 3rd year, 4th year, 2nd year.
Yes, sir. Myself, Josna, I'm from third year CSE.
Okay.
My question is related to telecom industry, sir. And what the specific roles do computer science engineering professionals play in driving innovation within the telecom industries?
Okay, so your question is that now the innovation part?
Yes.
Okay, so see, as a CSE, purely as a telecom, as I answered the other lady that asked the question, that you can go to the core networks. You can become an engineer in the core networks where you call it as yourself as a telecommunication professional. There are a lot of branches. You know, you have value-added services network, or you have got a core, switches programmer, so on and so forth. But if you are from CSE, then you can look at applications. All this telecommunication is only a transport media. It has no value. It only takes, if I say hello, you are able to hear hello. That only the media, it is, see, if you are making a call to your parents, right? It is only the media. You are talking and they are listening. This value addition goes into your applications. IoT. Become an IoT specialist. When you become an IoT specialist or a specific industry, health industry, or IoT for domestic appliances, IoT is everywhere. So if you can become an IoT, which will add up to your value of your CSE.
Thank you. Any question from ECE students? Because two CSE have asked.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Shivani.
Thank you.
How can we stay updated on trends of advancement of telecom industry, sir?
Okay, good question, ma'am. So one is that two different ways. Please sit down. Two different ways. One is your self-learning. If you are able to get hold of your papers and your publications, and internet is a wealth of information. But I don't know how many people all of you have got Facebooks, right? Account? Insta also? Can you raise hands, people who have got LinkedIn? Oh my goodness, everybody is on LinkedIn. It is a professional platform. Facebook is, I had a lunch yesterday, so and so place, dinner at so and so place, Goa, I am enjoying my Goa. This is okay. Have fun. Because at your age, I can't be asking you that no, you become Ramana Maharshi. I will not ask you. But LinkedIn is one platform where you will get a lot of information. Advancements, people publishing their own stories, please read through, understand them, ask questions, and you got a beautiful feature there. You can directly write to the people who are publishing that either advanced technological innovation or anything. Can I know something more about it? They'll be more than happy to send you. That is one way of doing it. Second way, go to the skill enhancement courses. Today, I'll let you know, I don't want to spend more time on this aspect. We are also trying as a telecom sector council, that when we are giving the additional skills to the students in engineering colleges, why can't you give the credits to them? Why can't you recognize these credits as part of their curriculum or a part of their degree? Still, it is in a nascent stage. We have not really achieved that. One day that will become, maybe your juniors will get that advantage. If you acquire, let's say, artificial intelligence course, it gives you 1 credit. Isn't it nice? आपका एक credit मिल गया, knowledge भी मिल गया, और you're on the path of your graduation. अच्छा हो गया. Now it is sometimes it feels laborious. ये कॉलेज में भी पढ़ाई करना है, फिर वापस बाहर जाकर भी करना है. चलो ठीक है, छोड़ देते हैं उसको. It is important for me. That is what really makes people not to go for such kind of courses. So first is go to the professional platforms like LinkedIn or IEEE. You have I don't know whether IEEE will take that. So you have a chapter. You can become a member of that. Publish papers if you are really having. Don't feel hesitant. Even a small article, you take it and publish it. Read publishings. That is one. Two, go into the courses. I will help you to get you some courses which are all related to your engineering, either 5G or IoT, where you want to pursue. You can do that. Or you have Udemy. You have Udemy there, and you got free courses there. And anybody who wants to do an artificial, after once you become, say, 4th year, and I am available for you to contact. Anybody who wants to do live projects on artificial intelligence, I can help you. And it will add up to your skills. So basically, one is your platforms, your affiliations to the institutes, reputed institutes, and third is that join yourself for a courses. I told you a story when I was in the college. People were running to Maitrivanam to get this C++, Java, they're all going to do that. College 5:30, 6 o'clock is done. Then they will be sitting in the classroom at 8 o'clock, come back at 9 o'clock and cook themselves and sleep. Because people are coming from different places to Hyderabad. When I graduated, there were only 5 engineering colleges. Only 5 engineering colleges. Campus and 4 or 5, that's all, 6. That's all, everybody has to come from their home. Today you got so luxury. Colleges are available, faculties are available, beautiful, wonderful colleges. So, have I answered the question? Anyone?
I'm sure a lot of you all doubt.
Madam, there is always a saying that no, backbenchers. But I don't believe that. Backbenchers are also equally competent and then knowledgeable. You don't choose the backbenchers. People, you came late, so obviously you sat in the back. Any questions from there? Break the perception.
Any more questions? Is that it? So, I think most of your doubts must have been clear. Thank you, sir. Thank you for clearing the doubts. Now I call upon the Nari Shakti of our college, the backbone of the institution, our Vice Principal ma'am, Dr. Dev. On the dais, HOD faculty members and my dear students, a very good afternoon. We are all here to explore about the Vikasit Bharat, which is connected the opportunities and evolution of the telecommunications. Clear? Yes. Vikasit Bharat, or else Developed India, is not just a vision but a collective responsibility towards nation building. It encompasses various facets like economic growth, social progress, technological advancement, and environmental sustainability. Achieving Vikasit Bharat requires a concerted effort from every citizen, government, and even organizations. At the core of Vikasit Bharat lies the principle of inclusive development or development where no one is left behind. It's about bridging the gap between rural and urban areas, ensuring equitable access to education, health care, and basic amenities for all citizens. It involves empowering managerialized communities, promoting gender equality, and fostering social cohesion. Economic development is a vital aspect of Vikasit Bharat. It entails creating opportunities for entrepreneurship, innovation, and job creation. It involves promoting sustainable industries, investing in infrastructure, and fostering a conducive business environment. Additionally, it's crucial to address the income inequality and ensure that the benefits of growth are distributed equitably. Technological advancement plays a pivotal role in driving towards Vikasit Bharat. Embracing digitalization, investing in research and development, and leveraging emerging technologies can revolutionize sectors like agriculture, healthcare, education, and governance. It's about harnessing the power of technology to enhance efficiency, improve service delivery, and empower citizens. Next, environmental sustainability. It is another key pillar of Vikasit Bharat. Protecting natural resources, mitigating climate change, and promoting renewable energy are imperative for long-term prosperity. Adopting eco-friendly practices, promoting conservation, and raising awareness about environmental issues are essential steps towards building a sustainable future. Now coming to today's program how the telecom is evolved and providing wonderful opportunities in this sector. The telecommunication sector is indispensable to the realization of Vikasit Bharat. It not only fuels economic growth and social development but also enables technological innovation and empowers communities. As we continue on the path towards developed India, we heard a lot from an eminent personality, Flight Lieutenant Nomula Prasad Garu. So you have given a very much valuable information for us. This much of thing is doing the telecom sector is giving to us. So we all here together to harness the Vikasit Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time to express our gratitude. We request our Vice Principal ma'am to felicitate our esteemed guests.
On behalf of everyone here, we would once again like to thank our esteemed guests for their invaluable words and for gracing us with their esteemed presence today.
We will cherish your words of wisdom and look forward to apply them. Thank you for adding immense value to our gathering today, sir.
As we close this event, let us, I call Divya for next one.